Welcome to Nexus Chain, the place where innovation meets the future. Here we unravel the groundbreaking technologies shaping our world and how they can transform our lives. In today's video, we're diving into something that's not just a game changer. It's a revolution in how we do business. Smart contracts. What are they? How do they work? And more importantly, how can they completely redefine the way businesses operate? Stick around, because this isn't just about technology. It's about understanding the future that's already here. Let's get started. Listen carefully. The world, as you know it, will never be the same. You know that, don't you? Every second, the systems we rely on are changing. Technology has already set the world in motion, and you know, what's more powerful than that? The courage to look ahead, to accept that change is inevitable. Now we're going to talk about something big, something that might make you a little anxious, but also full of hope. Smart contracts. We're going to dissect it, dive deep, and explore how this technology could change the business world as we know it. Have you ever felt like the transactions you make are slowed down by bureaucracy? Have you ever felt like the business world is just a maze full of rules that seem to hold you back? If so, then smart contracts are the way out. The breakthrough you've been waiting for. But what exactly is it? How does it work? And more importantly, why is it so important? Let's dig deeper. This conversation is going to open your eyes to the endless potential that lies ahead of us. 1. What is a smart contract? Think for a moment. When you hear the word contract, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Paper, ink, signatures, right? Maybe you imagine sitting with a lawyer, a long negotiation, and intermediaries who waste your time. That's the old system. That's the system that can't last much longer. Now imagine a different world, one where all of that disappears. No more paper, no more lawyers, no more third parties slowing down transactions. Welcome to smart contracts. Smart contracts are agreements that no longer depend on humans to execute them. They're codes that automatically enforce agreements when specific conditions are met. No manipulation, no delays, no doubts. You might be thinking, wait, how can that be? Isn't human involvement still necessary? And here's the interesting part. With smart contracts, humans are no longer the weak link. Trust is no longer dependent on a third party, but on a proven system. You don't have to trust anyone, you just have to trust the code that's been written. 2. How do smart contracts work? Let's go deeper now. How does this smart contract thing actually work? Picture this. You and I agree to buy a car. I want to buy it, but I'm afraid you won't send the car after I pay. You, on the other hand, are worried that I won't pay after you send the car. We're both in uncertainty, right? Now imagine that you and I don't have to worry about that anymore. We could make the agreement in the form of code. That code dictates that once I pay the agreed amount, the car will be sent to my address, and the transaction will be complete. No complicated process, no waiting time. Everything happens automatically, transparently, and clearly. The key to this is blockchain. In the old world, we relied on notaries or banks to verify transactions, right? In the smart contract world, blockchain takes over that role. Every transaction is recorded in a public, unalterable digital ledger. All parties involved verify the transaction in a decentralized wayband that removes any possibility of manipulation. 3. Why can smart contracts change the business world? Now imagine for a second, a world where every transaction you make is completed in an instant, without mountains of paperwork, without the complicated procedures. A world where business is no longer hindered by time-consuming and costly processes. If you own a business, you know how frustrating it is dealing with third parties who are often late, or transactions that fail simply because something was forgotten. With smart contracts, all that disappears. Transactions like property sales, rental agreements, and even financial services, they can all be completed quickly and without the risk of fraud. Let me give you an example. Have you heard about blockchain being used in insurance? Imagine this. You buy an insurance policy, and when a claim happens, you don't have to wait days or weeks. No more lost paperwork. Everything can be completed in a moment. And you can receive your claim as soon as the conditions are met. This is the power of smart contracts. No more third parties slowing things down, no more uncertainty. Everything happens automatically, as per the rules that were agreed upon beforehand. 4. Real-life applications of smart contracts in business. Now let's look at the real world. How are smart contracts applied in everyday life? Take the supply chain industry, for example. In the old world, international shipping involved many parties: the shipper, the distributor, customs, and various other players who could slow down the transaction. Smart contracts can automate all of that. The goods can be shipped, the payment received, and everything can be verified in real time. No delays, no information leakage. And let's talk about the financial industry. Imagine being able to access the stock market without going through brokers or investment firms. All transactions could be made through smart contracts, and everything would run automatically, transparent and decentralized. The benefit: reduced costs, transparency and speed that the old systems can't compare to. 5. The challenges of smart contracts. But like all technology, smart contracts are not without challenges. Maybe you're asking, what if there's a bug in the code? What happens if there's a mistake in the agreement? That's a problem we have to address. The code in a smart contract is final. Once it's executed, it can't be changed. If there's an error in the code, it could lead to significant losses. But here's the thing, this is a challenge we must overcome. The more the technology develops, the more sophisticated our methods for dealing with these issues will become. So, are you ready to face the future? Smart contracts are not just a concept, they are the reality that's already taking shape. The business world is going to change, and you have to be ready to be a part of it. There's no room for doubt anymore, no reason to avoid it. The new world is at our doorstep, and smart contracts are the key to unlocking it. If you feel like this video has opened your eyes and given you a new understanding of the future of business, then the first step has already been taken. Don't stop here. Subscribe to Nexus Chain, and let's explore the technology that's changing the world. You don't want to miss it, right?